Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about foundation for oily skin. Now, I get stacks and stacks of questions about, what's good for oily skin because let's face it, I'm an oil slick. I have always had oily skin ever since I was little. It didn't come, with puberty, or it's not hormonal or anything. I've just got oily skin, and I've got to tell you now, for those of you that do have oily skin and you're so unhappy about it and it's really, really problematic for you, I promise you, I used to feel the same, and as I've gotten older, I've just really learned to embrace it. Because the thing that you need to remember is, those of you that do have oily skin, when you're like 55, 60, your skin is going to look absolutely amazing and so much younger than it is because it's always had so much moisture in it. I know that you're like, you must be hating it, you're probably so, distressed about your oily skin, but I promise you, try to learn to love it because it's probably the best gift you've ever received. So before we actually jump into the foundations, I just wanted to quickly mention the importance of using a primer and a setting powder. A primer provides a barrier between your skin and the foundation that you're putting over the top, and without that, the oil is just going to come right through it and it's going to seep through that foundation and it's going to make you looking like a hot shiny mess. So yeah, make sure that you use a primer. I've got a couple here that are my favorites. I've got the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, really, really good affordable primer for those of you with oily skin. I've also got the Australis, the original primer. Again, this is a really fantastic one. It's silicone free, but for some reason, this paired with these oil control foundations works absolute wonders. And then finally, I've got the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This one's fantastic. It's also oil free. And yeah, I find that when I use this on myself or on oily clients, they do not have any issues with oils coming through. So they're my sort of go-to primers. And then for setting powders, one of my favorites is the Rimmel Stay Matte. It's funny, Rimmel, I've got 3 Rimmel things in this video. They're a really, really good brand for base products. So the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, this is a pressed powder. Oh, there's an eyelash stuck on the back. That's a bit gross. This one's great for in your handbag when you're on the run. You can just pat down if you need. Then I've got the Ingot powders. Obviously, you don't need a professional palette like this, but the Ingot setting powders are phenomenal at oil control. Like, they're incredible. They come in so many different colors and they're so affordable. If you use these with the... where is it? Here it is. If you use them with the Ingot Under Makeup Base and the Inglot YSM Foundation plus this, girlfriend, your oil will be a thing of the past. And then finally, I've got the Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder, and I know she's expensive and I know it's Chanel and all of that, but oh my god, this powder is amazing. It does an incredible job of oil control. I don't know why, I don't know how. It is not in any way marketed for that purpose. It's just marketed as a natural looking light finishing powder, but holy mother lode, it does an amazing job at controlling oils. So I've picked 7 foundations here just from my kit and from my collection that I've got, all the way from lower end foundations all the way up to higher end. These are the foundations that I have found do work for me. Please do bear in mind that everybody is different. So something that works perfectly on my skin may not work, as well on yours, but then on the same note, it may work perfectly for you. Okay, moving on to the actual foundations. The first one that I've got here is the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation. This one I believe came out maybe last year. I mean, everything's different in Australia. We're like 2 decades behind here. But yeah, the Stay Matte Foundation. This one is marketed as a Featherlight Liquid Mousse Foundation, all day shine control, and it leaves a perfectly matte baby soft finish. I wouldn't say that this completely leaves you, fully matte all day, but it certainly comes really, really close to that. It's a really, really fantastic, really affordable foundation that will keep you matte. I have worn this to work on many occasions. I've also worn it to the gym and it's done a fantastic job of the oil control. I do pair it with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer as well, just for extra protection. But yeah, really, really good, and it's very full coverage, so just do bear in mind, if you're going to wear this one during the day, try to use a brush to really buff it in and don't go in with too much product because you're going to look like a cake face. Next up, I've got the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous, and I do apologise about the manky lid. Let's just get rid of it so you guys don't have to look at it. So this one is marketed as like a 3-in-1, so a concealer, a primer, and a foundation. It's not really specifically marketed as an oil-free matte foundation. It does say shine-free on the back, but yeah, it's certainly not its main point. But I find that this pretty well stays the exact same texture once it's put on to several hours after wear. I can get a really good, a whole day out of this. I can wear this to work, shopping, anything that I want. I don't recommend this one for nighttime because it does have an SPF of 20. So if you're going to be in any flash photography, it's probably not going to be best because you're going to look like a floating white head. Yeah, that ain't cool. But this is another really, really good one for you oily girls. It's also incredibly affordable. And it comes in a bunch of colours. I forgot to mention in the Stay Matte, I'm 303 True Nude. And in this one, I'm 857 Golden Tan. Really lovely foundation, and it will do a pretty good job of controlling your oils. Next up, I've got the Inglot YSM Foundation. Inglot. I've just had a love affair with Inglot lately. This foundation is a cream foundation. There's pretty much no information on the back for me to tell you, I'm sorry. Ingot is an incredible brand, and I'm surprised that it actually took me so long to discover them. I used to just walk past the shop because it just looked like a hella hot mess. Like there was just so many products in there and I was like, whoa, overload, I can't handle that. But Inglot, I've discovered Inglot. This foundation is incredible. Now in my job, I do 14-hour night shifts, 14 hours, and this puppy lasts me all night and my face still looks pretty much flawless in the morning after I'm done. It's amazing, very, very high coverage. I do tend to pair this one with the Ingot Under Makeup Base. They just seem to work really, really well together. This one's perfect for nighttime and daytime. You can really build this one up to full coverage at nighttime if you want. Photographs amazingly, totally perfect, and it does an incredible job of smoothing over the pores. It's another issue for us with oily skin. We tend to have more enlarged pores. It's just a normal part of it. Don't worry. They're easy to cover once you get a hang of it. This foundation's really affordable. I think maybe it's 25 here. I don't know. I will pop a link in the description bar so that you guys can check this one out. Really, really good. I could not speak more highly of this foundation or Ingot in general. They are incredible. Okay, moving on to the more expensive but not, crazy expensive foundations. I've got the Stila Stay All Day foundation. So this one is marketed as an oil-free HD high-performance foundation and state-of-the-art oxygen technology, leaves skin hydrated. I don't know. Apparently it prevents premature aging. I wouldn't buy that crap. Don't ever buy that sort of stuff on a foundation if it says, will prevent aging, will fix your skin, it's all lies. It's not going to cure your skin, basically. So yeah, don't be fooled by that. Oil-free, fragrance-free, full coverage. Now this one's interesting. It actually does come with a foundation, not a foundation, a concealer in the top of the lid. Not a good concealer. This one cakes, it builds up, it oxidizes. Not good for oily girls. But the actual foundation is amazing. I can get a whole day of wear out of this foundation. It goes onto the skin beautifully. It's got this little weird applicator. Looks like a spoon. I'm not going to eat it. Doesn't have an offensive fragrance either. Another really, really good one for those of you that have my oily skin issue. Next up, I've got the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. This one is a 12-hour wear oil-free makeup. Medium to full coverage. Obviously, it's buildable, but it's very moussey sort of texture, kind of maybe similar to the Rimmel Stay Matte. So do make sure, once again, if you're wearing this one during the day, don't go overboard, really blend it out. You can use a beauty blender that's dampened and really, stipple it all over the face, but don't go too hardcore because you will look like a cake face. Really love this foundation. Unfortunately, this color is not 100% perfect for me. I need something that's a little bit more yellow. It's got a little bit too much pink in it, but I have worn it on occasions, for full day wear. And I did find that it did a fantastic job of really controlling the oils, specifically through the T-zone. That's where I get my really heavy oil production, and this baby can conquer it. So next up, we've got Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's a given. This foundation is like the holy grail foundation for oily skin girls. It's like paint. It doesn't budge. It doesn't go anywhere. You can squirt yourself in the face with a hose, and trust me, I have done that before. With this on, it won't even budge then. Oil control through the T-zone, oil control everywhere else, non-transferable, amazing stuff. Like, I love this stuff. It's incredible. It's SPF 10. I'm in the color 37 Tawny. If you're sort of at your wit's end, you've tried everything and nothing has worked for you, go and pick up Estee Lauder Double Wear. Get the ladies to colour match you at the counter, obviously, but yeah, try this one out because It's pretty much like the last resort of oily foundations. It's amazing. And then lastly is my little baby. I look after this like there's no tomorrow. It's amazing. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is 100% my go-to foundation for oily skin. I use this one only for special occasions. Do bear that in mind. I would not recommend this foundation for everyday wear. It will probably clog your pores and it will probably break you out. Doesn't happen for everyone, but for most people it does. This is a special occasion foundation, and I promise you, you can cake this on like there's no tomorrow for nighttime wear, clubbing, dancing, dinners, cocktail parties, anything. This baby will get you through the entire night and you will look amazing. Another fantastic thing about this is it photographs like you would not believe. It's like porcelain skin, like there's nothing on your skin at all. Interestingly enough, it is SPF 15. Doesn't flash back at all. It's fine. I use this one in my kit for brides, special occasion makeups, bridal parties, absolutely everything. It is my Holy Grail foundation and it has never let me down. So absolutely love this one. I am the color NC30 in this. So yeah, that's the last one. I mean, I could talk about foundations all day. I love base products. It's just my thing. I don't know. Another good idea is to use a setting spray as well. My top two favorites are the Skindinavia Bridal Setting Spray and also the Model in a Bottle Setting Spray. They're really fantastic at controlling oils and just like slicking your face down so it cannot go anywhere. So yeah, that brings me to the end of my video, guys. I hope that you got a little bit of something out of this, particularly those of you that are stuck like me with oily skin. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and I will catch you all in my next video. And I have no idea what that's going to be because I'm so unorganized at the minute. But yeah, love you guys so much and I'll see you then. Bye!